Hi, I'm Grant Bartley. I want to draw your attention to 8 levels or categories of being, or 8 ontological layers of reality if you want to get jargony about it. Plus X, of course, because there's always more to be discovered. Going outwards from human experience, the 8 distinct key metaphysical aspects of reality are 1. Experience. I start with experience because that's where reality starts for conscious beings. Everything we know through experience, so experience is first. What then is the nature of experience? There's nothing to an experience beyond the experience itself, by definition really. This means there's nothing to any experience except what it's like to experience it. So, the reality of any experience is the experience as it's experienced. In other words, the real substance of all experience is the experience itself. We're saying now that what we call the contents of experience to any mind display to the experiencer everything that makes up the experience, and there's nothing to the experience except that. Experience might be initially subcategorized into experiences of an external physical world and the products of the power of imagination and fantasy. We can further subdivide external world experiences into sensation types, including, I think, types of feeling, that is, emotional reactions to the world. The substance of any sensation is that sensation. Or we could focus on different types of creative thought. This includes rationalizing using language, which is colloquially called thinking. Mental creativity not using in a herd or otherwise selfishly experienced words, but using only visualized content is called imagining. 2. The experiencer of the experiences. I think you can't have experiences without an experiencer of them, but that the two concepts are nevertheless different concepts. Perhaps recognizing ourselves as experiencing minds is the second thing we become aware of, right after the awareness of just having experience. Indeed, experiencer and the experiences considered together is what I'm calling mind, awareness, or consciousness. 3. Will. I define will as the power of a mind to change its own contents. But it's conceptually distinct from both experiences and experiencers, so will is a different fundamental aspect of reality. Embodied in a world that isn't just your own mental contents, your power to change your mind has a wider application. I've argued that through indirect quantum observation, a willful change in mental contents can simultaneously be a specification of physical states, in particular, the brain activity through which the mind is embodied. So you can will to move your body or alter the world through speech or action. I define a spirit as a mind with will and memory acting together. So the part of mental space in which will, aka conscious choice, acts, I've labelled spiritual space, or if you prefer, personal space. 4. The appearance of the physical world. This can be thought of as the sum of all the sensory experiences of the physical world to embodied creatures like ourselves, plus what we immediately conclude or feel about the world from these experiences. Kant called the world of appearance the phenomenal world, since phenomenal is Greek for things of the senses. It might be a distinct level of reality, so it gets its own ontological category. It at least deserves an honourable mention in the list of levels of reality, right? The first thing to note is that what the physical world looks and otherwise senses like to us is not what the physical world is like independent of how it looks and senses like to us. To put it briefly, all sensations are aspects of our experience of the physical world, that is, of the appearance of the world to us, not of the physical world as it is in itself beyond our experiences of it. So how could our experience independent reality be just like its appearance to us through our senses? An unsensed object cannot have any of all the colours, tastes, smells, textures and sounds that we experience objects to have. Nevertheless, the world having an appearance to us as the physical world we experience through our senses means we can work out various things about the nature of the physical world beyond this experience or representation of it. So 5. Classical physical reality. Our experience of the world presents what we can call classical physical reality to us, meaning our experience represents the external universe above the quantum level. I call this the larger scale level of reality. Here the physical world can be thought of as behaving in so-called normal terms. Our experiences of the world are, as we might say, rough approximation of the real external physical structures built up through innumerable quantum interactions. We construct our understanding of the shapes and behaviors of normal physical objects from these merely approximating experiences of them. But larger scale physical objects' real existence is as vague as how they are defined by our sensory experiences. The smaller scale at which the larger scale normal object behavior concept have meaning is perhaps above the molecular. The normal classical physical object behavioral experience is not the most accurate way of representing physical reality, and should be thought of more as a rough sketch of the physical world, which is more accurately quantum in nature. And so, 6. Quantum level physical reality. This is the level or scale of physical reality at which distinctly quantum behavior starts to become significant. The quantum level is the level at which we can begin to accurately describe the behavior of physical things, and so the level at which we can infer that this is the actual behavior of physical reality as it is in itself. Surprisingly, the observed behavior, and so the inferred true nature of physical reality, is related to the determination of possible physical states through observation. So for quantum mechanics, the real or somewhat determinate existence of the physical world is relative to observing minds. In significant ways, unobserved quantum reality is different from observed quantum reality entirely. In a Copenhagen interpretation way, I say that what exists of the physical world outside of finite observation is quantumly probabilistically evolving structures with the potential for information about their physical structure being observed. This evolving potential structure does not continue to exist in any classically misunderstood material substance way. There is no such material substance outside of observation. There's only the quantum evolution through time and physical space of potential physical structures to potential experiences, and the laws governing this evolution. Combining the unobserved and observed phases of quantum physical reality together, we can say that wave functions of possible observations of structure evolve probabilistically, and observation collapses the possible to actual observation, turning quantum quasi-possibilities into a reality whose existence is observed by the mind. Make what sense of that you can. Luckily, as I say, our rough, normal understanding of physical reality isn't like this at all. I follow Kant in calling physical reality as it really is noumenal reality, the world that can only be known by the intellect, in contrast to its appearance or phenomenal reality. However, I'm not sure that Kant would want to limit his noumenal realm to physical reality. He would, I believe, also rope in whatever else exists in reality in itself, beyond its appearance to us through our senses. 7. Abstract and eternal truths. This level or zone of reality is wherever eternal conceptual truths, such as Pythagoras' theorem, or the truth that 2 plus 2 equals 4 exist. I think that even if the physical universe never existed, it would still be true that 2 plus 2 equals 4, and so on for other logical truths. This realm of eternal truth may be the same space as where the truth of all abstract or conceptual truths exists. I have little idea, Platonic pun intended, how conceptual truth exists, except to say that concepts exist defined by or to a mind. For eternal truths, then, logically speaking, this would mean the mind of God. See my video on the cosmological argument for some interesting consequences of this. 8. God. It seems plausible to me that the Creator requires his own category of being. He is the first creative spirit and the ground of all truth, after all. Plus X, because there will always be more layers to discover. We know from experience that reality includes experiences and experiencers. Since our experiences of reality change in an ordered fashion, there must also be the laws or the causes of the laws by which the states observed evolve. The laws of physics as well as the laws of logic and whatever other types of eternal truths there are. The fact of experience also requires that time exists, since time is necessary for experience to have duration, which it undeniably does. Our experience also requires the existence of whatever other categories of stuff are necessary for our experiences to be experienced the way they're experienced. This includes all the things external to our experiences necessary for them to be ordered in the way they're experienced to be ordered. Thanks.